Hey all, boardgamerants here. We'll find everything solo, tabletop gaming, and more. Gonna do a little playthrough of Underwater Cities here for you. Playing it solo, to get a good sense of what this game is about. It's a beautiful one. And let me do a little setup stuff and we'll get going. So I got my board right here. I start off with one city, a non-symbiotic city. So I'm underwater here, and this isn't as cool as the red ones that I'll hopefully be putting out. Because the goal of this game when you're playing solo is to get 100 points by the end of all 10 rounds. 100 points and 7 cities out there. So this is a random board I picked. There's other boards you can pick, but this will give me some random goodies. I need to do some setup stuff. Need to grab 2 of these metropolises and put them on the outskirts here. These are representing, they're out on the land there, but my underwater cities connect to them for commerce or whatever. Put that one there. And then we need kind of a round end game scoring round one. So this is going to help me score lots of extra points if I kind of specialize in tunnels there, is what that is telling me. Okay, so let's fill out. We got some cards here that come out randomly each time. These are also kind of end game scoring opportunities that I may pick up along the way. So, yep. And then here, this actually goes there, and I already shuffled all this up, so we just flip that one face up. And it's a worker placement game with a side of terraforming Mars, if you will, and the way you build your hand. You got a hand of cards, and you'll be playing them down and playing a tableau in a very similar fashion. But ultimately, you would go out and you would take one of these 4 actions, red actions or orange actions. The green actions tend to be weaker, and those are about mid-range, and the orange are the higher powered actions. But as you take an action, you'll just take your little doohickey here and be, again, it's worker placement, so I like to take a green action, boom, I'd put that there and I'd get to take that action. Well, if I also happen to have a green card in my hand, I get to play that green card or any of my green cards. Same with the way red and orange. So there's kind of a dual thing going on. And what you do first to start the game is you get 6 cards to choose from. And you got to whittle your way down to 3. So I'm going to do that right now. And after some shuffling around, I'm going to get rid of these repeatable missions and seafood collection here. We're just going to go with this green and 2 oranges here. And I also see you'll start off with a certain amount of resources. There's a science, a kelp, a steel plast, and a couple credits. And let's get going here. So in solo, it's very similar to, it's kind of pretty simple. The player you're against just has their action selection markers already on spaces, and then everything's just going to rotate like that from round to round, and just one more space, one more, just kind of keeps going around clockwise. So that's going to block me, but in a predictable way. However, if I don't try and work my way up this turn order track, then an extra one will pop out and block another, just a random space. So that is essentially how you just run the other player, if you will. There's not really another player, but let's go ahead and get rocking here. I want to, again, I've got a sense that I'm going to be working on building tunnels. Need to anyway. And then out here, tunnels produce money, so this might get me a lot of points at the end of the game. There's science, there's labs that would get me extra points. Biomatter. The end of the game, get 3 points for each connected city that has at least 1 building of each type. This isn't a bad one because you already get a lot of points if you can have a city that has all 3 different structures around it. So I like that one. Okay, and then over here, a sale of technology. I could get some points in a kelp for a science. Everything's, excuse me, everything's very, very well laid out here as far as, to play this card, I have to spend 1 credit. Then I can spend science to get 2 kelp and 3 victory points. Essentially what that says. So once you get the hang of the terminology, and if it is a little confusing, it's nice that it has the words written down there for you. So pretty slick. Okay, what are we doing here? Now let's just go up here. Again, this is a stronger action, so it's usually a weaker card play. And I can either play my orange card here first, or I can do that action first. So I'll do the action first, and it says, use one of my, this card, everybody gets a card similar to this. It's your first action card. You can have up to 4. And I just exhaust it, and I get to take a Steel Blast or a credit. I think I'll take a Steel Blast. There's that. And then now, so I took my action. Now I can get, let's see here, 2 of those things, but not one of the same. So I think I'm going to get, and I have a couple orange cards. I'm going to get a Science and Kelp. Let's balance that out. Now we get to play our orange card. So now orange card, I can play this, and it's infinity symbol. So I would just go down my tableau, and I would get this benefit every time something happens. Or I can use smuggling, which that little lightning bolt symbol says is a one-time action. So I would just trade a Steel Blast in for 2 credits. So I shall discard that and get rid of a Steel Blast and get 2 credits. Boop, boop. Okay. That was my first action. Now, I get to draw another card. More smuggling. Ooh, now I could trade in Kelp for a bunch of money if I take an orange action. But I kind of just want to, let's get, we're going to go credit crazy here. So, Desalination Plants. And I get to build 2 of those. And each one, I have a little handy dandy sheet over here that says, oh, to build one of those costs you 1 credit. And then over here, it tells you what it'll produce. So I spend 2 credits. I get 2 plants. And let's see here. We're going to put those right there and there just to make sure they produce here. Also, too, if you double them up, you can get some bonuses if you upgrade those. Then I get to play a green card. So that's this one. And this, my survey says, you may build a farm or desalination plant on an expansion site. Pay the usual cost. So the expansion site on these things are these little dotted ones. Normally you can't build on there. You can only build on these solids. But I can do a desalination or kelp. So I'm going to use this to build farm. Here's my farm. And I'm going to put it over there in the expansion spot right over there. Okay. Now let's go ahead and draw another card. And all oranges. Okay, that's not too bad of a thing. Well, let's see here. I don't have... Oh, I could put this down once per turn when you upgrade a tunnel. So this could be sort of playing in advance. Might be a pretty good idea. Ooh, okay, let's do that. So we're going to go up here, and we're going to take this action, which says it's upside down. It says maximum. I can use either get 2 science, or I can spend up to 3 science and upgrade 3 times. So I've only got 2 science. So we're going to spend these 2 science. And we're going to upgrade these 2 things. So when you upgrade something, you can only upgrade once, and you just put another little doohickey on top of it. So now we got a double whammo desalination plant. Dadnabbit. There we go. The benefit of having 2 upgraded is that over here it says if you have 2 upgraded anything, farms, desalination plants, or laboratories, you're going to get some extra goodies. For each upgraded one, you'd get, for instance, my desalination plants, I'd get a credit and a bio matter. And if I had 2 of them, I'd get 2 credits and 2 biomatter. But if they're both in the same city, I actually get an extra credit for that. So, because for both of them, I'll get 3 credits and 2 biomatter, which is essentially 1 more credit. So that's how we're rolling there. Now, I do get to play my orange card here. So if you have at least 2 connected laboratories, gain a kelp. I do not. I think we're just going to get, because they don't really need more credits right now. We're going to put this down because it's saying that every time I upgrade now, I'm going to get a credit. So a tunnel, that is. So I'll put that over there. That is now my first card in my tableau. And we draw a card. So that was all 3 actions that I took. And now we have to slide everybody over as we take our purple back. We have to slide everybody over clockwise, but I did not also move up on this track at all to fight for turn order, which means I have to, the way that's handled, you flip over a card, look at the very bottom of those teensy-binsy numbers down there, it's a 6 and a 5. You add those together, that's 11. You take this marker and you go around 11 times. So 4, 8, 9, 10, 11. That's going to block that spot. So those spots are not available to me in the next round, which begins now. And at the end of the 4th round is when I get to produce and get some goodies. You only produce 3 times in this game. So let's see here. What else do we want to do? All right, so I think I want to use this smuggling here. I'm not particularly fond of the cards that I have. I'm going to go over here. So it's a red action, which means I get to take a special card, which is one of these 6. All these 6 are just end game scoring opportunities. That's why they have that little timer thing, which you'll see is at the very end of the track there. But this has just a pile of all sorts of different stuff in it. And if I don't like this card in particular, so I'd have to take one of these, or off the top, or I can cycle this down, draw 3, pick one, and then I flip over another one. Well, you'll see. That's what I'm going to do. But first, I think I want to play my card first, because you always have the option of taking that, and then you're playing your card, or playing your card, and then doing that. So I'm going to spend a credit, and it says I get to draw a card and gain a science. So there's my science. And then here's where it says, that means draw a card. So I got my science, but now I'm drawing a card. So there's my card. Okay, and it's a green card. Good. I was hoping to get a little different color. Now I can take this red action here. So I don't want this one. So I'm going to cycle that in the bottom. And with my awesome fingernails, there we go. I'll put that there. Now I get to take 3, pick one. So they're all instant actions. Ooh, I like that. Anything when you have to build as many cities as you have to in solo game, usually you want to grab anything that helps you build cities. Well, I don't know. I mean, I'd like to say that I know what I'm talking about, but I still have yet to win this solo. So maybe I shouldn't be taking my advice there, but I'm taking it. So that's mine. Put that in my hand. Flip over the top card. That's my next choice, or I can cycle like I just did, but let me build a city. Okay, anyway, that's the end of that. Now at the end of the turn, on any given turn, you always get to draw a card. But now I have way more than 3, so I have to get rid of some of these. Well, I'm not going to really use this motivational speech. It allows me to unexhaust things, but I just don't really have much to exhaust there, so I'll get rid of that. Then I'm definitely not getting rid of this. I just got it, and it allows me to build a city for real cheap. Ooh, this is nice, an action card. I'd like to get more action cards played because I've only got 1 and I can have up to 4. So lastly, then we're just going to get rid of this. If you have at least, I don't have any labs, so that goes bye-bye. Okay, now I'm down to 3. I take my turn again. So we'll take this and we're going to go there. Now I can draw 2 cards, and spend a science to upgrade something, or get a kelp. Well, let's first draw 2 cards and let's have a look here. Build a city. Excuse me, industrial espionage. Not bad. Well, now then, do I want to upgrade? What do I have to upgrade? All I got is my farm to upgrade. I kind of would rather have the kelp, though, right now, because I want to get that city built. So I took the kelp instead of doing the upgrade. Now I can... what? So now I can even play one of these cards that I just drew. One of these green cards. You always have to play a card if you want it to be the color of the action you took, so that you can take advantage of it. Because you have to play a card. If I didn't have any green cards and I played, say, this orange one, taking this action, I just discard it, and it's a waste. So you always kind of want to make sure you're taking actions that match up with the color of a card, so you can get that. So let's just I kind of want to get this out so that I can take advantage of it if I take an action that uses. That allows me to use one of my cards down here, such as that orange one there or this red one there. Because this one's exhausted, I can't use it again. It only unexhausts at the end of the production. So that's that. And then... Okay, so now I have to discard. Let's see, for usual cost. This is okay. I mean, I usually can build cities, and if you can build them at a discount, I'll take it, but I'm just going to discard that for now. Down to 3. 1 action left. Okay, let's do some smuggling, because I want to get those credits so that then I can build this. I can use biomech test and build that city. So up here, we're going to go... perfect. See? Look at that. Boom. Now we do that. Now, says I can use an action card. I happen to have an action. I can scavenge the seafloor, so exhaust that. I get a steel plast and a kelp. Bop. And bop. Okay. Then I get to take 2 of any of the signs. Okay, so I'm gonna take another steel plast. And yeah, let's do another kelp. Okay. Now, I can spend my orange. I can do my orange action. So there's this, smuggling. I can smuggle a kelp and get 3 credits. So we trade in the kelp. We got 3 credits. And that's how it's done. Now, I'm done. Oh, we got to draw a card. Oh, they're all green. That's great. All out of actions. So we grab up our tiles again. That was the end of round 2. There's only 10 rounds. It goes kind of quick. Scooches. Again, I didn't fight for turn order, so I have to flip over a card, add those numbers. Holy crap, what is that? 4 and a 5, 9. So that's going to block off that space as I work my way around. 4, 8, 9. And we're round 3. Back to my 3 actions here. I've got all green stuff here. So we're going to go here. First, we're going to draw 2 cards. Let's see what we get. So I'm good. Come on. Okay, got red and orange. That's nice. This is production. Ooh, this would produce for me a credit each time. My C-Vent factory. Okay. Now, I can upgrade or get a kelp. I think I'm going to upgrade this time because I've got enough kelp. So I got to spend a science to upgrade. And then I can upgrade, you can upgrade any of your buildings, or if you had tunnels out. I don't have any tunnels out yet. So I'm just going to upgrade my farm. Boop. So now instead of just producing kelp, that'll produce a kelp and a victory point for me because it's upgraded farm. Okay, now we took the green action. So I'm going to spend a green card. I have to spend 1 to play the card, then spend a credit. So a credit and then a credit and a kelp. It allows me to build Symbiotic City. So 2 credits and a kelp. And I can build one of these little bubbles over here. And I can build it, anywhere just adjacent to this. It's not connected until I get a tunnel. But let's just go ahead and put it right here, because that's juicy. I want to go over here and see if I can connect to that, start getting some points. Oh, that one's actually even more points up there. I want to do that. But this is expensive to build in there, costs an extra those things, but it produces 3 times. Oh my gosh. Okay, we're going that way. So we're going to go there. This bumps up 1 on the turn order track because I put it right there. That's probably not a very good idea. I'm going here. I lied. Okay. I've made my decision. And that's that. Okay, so we're done with that. Now we have to get rid of one of these. All right. Gonna get rid of this lobbyist because I really haven't been trying to get first. I've been just taking my chances and letting that black marker up there move around and block stuff for me. So far, it hasn't totally crushed my soul. My turn again. Let's see here. Oh, wait, I got to draw a card before I made that decision. I got to draw a card. And now I'll officially make that decision. Because at the end of the turn, you always get to draw a card. No matter how many cards you have, you just got to, before you start your next turn, you got to reduce it down. So I'll build Desalination Plants, use cost. Unimpressive. We'll put that there. Okay, let's go up here. I'm going to get a couple research, or science, I mean. Because again, you can either upgrade 3 things, spending the science each, or just get 2. And then I played that, which is an orange. So I'm going to play this now, which I'll slide right over here in my tableau. Production phase, I'm always going to get a credit. So that is a good thing. And then we're going to draw a card. Lobbyist. Okay, that's not anything special. And let's go over here and let's get I think I'm gonna go and do this because I'm gonna want some steel plast. So that just a simple action there. 2 steel plast and a kelp. But I also get to play a red card. I'll play this federal grant. That's gonna give me 2 more credits. And there those are. Okay. We draw a card, and we're done with a round. I grab this and shift that over. And I grab this and shift that over. And this is going to go somewhere. It's going to go 5 plus 9 is 14. 12, 13, 14. So it goes around once to 13, 14 right there. That's no big deal. I can handle that. But we're now in round 4. So one more and then it's production time. So I want to make sure I get a few things done here. I definitely need tunnels. So let's get some tunnels. Tunnel actions have opened up. I don't have really an action to take. They're both exhausted. But I also don't have an orange card, so if I take that, I wouldn't even be able to play a card. A bummer. Don't really have anything to upgrade, otherwise I'd take this. I could build a city. Could build a city. Could do that, couldn't I? Yeah, because I've got all the goods for it. To build a city, you need 2 steel, plastic, kelp, and a credit. I've got it all. Let's do it. We're going to go here. First, though, we're going to play Industrial Espionage, so I get to draw 2 cards. And I get a science. There's the science. And now I can build a city. So it's saying I can either build a symbiotic city or a regular city. I don't have the biomatter. You need biomatter to build these symbiotic cities. But I do have the stuff to build a basic one. So that's 2 steel plast, 1 kelp, and 1 credit. So let's put all these, spend all that, and go over here, grab this dome. Let's just go ahead and plop it right here, kind of working our way over to that direction. Why not? And that was my green action, right? Yeah. So let's see here. Now, what am I going to do? Whenever you build the second tunnel on the same turn, ooh, advance 1 space. Yeah, that's sort of okay. Choose an action that does not match a card, gain 1 credit. I don't plan on really doing that, so we'll get rid of that. I don't really plan on doing that either. Probably this one's probably the most I don't plan on doing. Let's go like that. Okay. Back to my turn. I need to build some freaking tunnels, so let's get it done. And now I actually have a lobbyist to get something for it, so we'll go up here. And to build a tunnel, it costs a money and a steel plast. So money, steel plast. And I can build up to 2. Money and steel blast. Boop, boop. Oh, way to reverse that. Okay, and let's grab our tunnels. That's tunnels. Tunnels can be upgraded as well as buildings. And so this is the non-upgraded. That's the upgraded. Upgraded just gets me a point as well as money. So I'm going to put this here. And in putting that there, it says I get to go up on this track. And then I'm going to put this here, and putting this here, I get a kelp. So while the guys were out there building that tunnel, found a little yumminess. And Federation was really happy that I was going in this direction, apparently. So now that's all, these are all connected. That was 2. So now I want to maybe go to upgrading them, because once per turn, when you upgrade a tunnel, you gain a credit. So that's kind of a nice thing. But I'm down to, oh wait, so I got to finish my action here. I get to draw a card and move up on that track again. We spend that, we get to draw a card. We move up on this track. Now when we move up on this track, you also get the goodies next to it. So that means I get a credit. Now we just drew that. So now, what do I want to do? Whenever you build a connected city's second desalination plant, gain a credit. I'm kind of, you think I'm going to be going for that. So that's a good one to play. That's orange. Is there anything up orange that I really want to do? Yeah, wouldn't mind doing that. Let's do that. Because now I can spend a maximum of 3 research. But I've only, or 3 science. I keep calling it research. So I'm going to spend 2. Oh, wait a second. Wait. Yeah. 2, which allows me now to upgrade both these tunnels. So I get to flip this over and flip this over. And it says, according to my biomech construction crew, just once per turn when you upgrade a tunnel, so I only get 1 credit, even though I upgraded twice. Then I'm going to play this orange card right here. So that it's going to help me out in the future if I keep building double yellows on spots, which I kind of plan on doing. And that is it. So I get to draw a card, and we're going to snatch up our guys back. This black one's now going to go off to the side because we did compete for player order. So now these just are going to rotate over, but there's only going to be 3 blocked spaces. And it's now production time. So we slide this up. According to production, we look over here, and this will guide us right through the whole production thing. And it's saying you look kind of in the brown areas here. So do I have any farms? I do. I don't have just a regular farm. I have an upgraded farm. So I get to produce a kelp and a victory point. So we'll get kelp. And the first victory point, first blood, 1 out of 100 right there. And then desalination plants. Okay, so this is a good one because, again, I don't have just one. I have upgraded ones, but I have upgraded ones in 2 upgraded ones in a city. So I'm going to get 3 credits and 2 biomatter. Biomatter is excellent. That helps me build symbiotic cities, which actually give us points, as you shall see. There's one I get 3 credits. Okay. Don't have any labs, but I do have tunnels. And also, too, when you're doing this, you have to make sure everything's connected. Like if I had buildings around this city, but I wasn't connected with this tunnel to my base city, if you will, this wouldn't produce anything. But everything's all connected, and so everything's going to produce. But for my tunnels, I get you get a credit for each tunnel. Whoa, and then okay. Then there is a underwater earthquake. Okay, so 2 credits, and then I get a point also, because that's tells you get a credit for just having a tunnel, but if your tunnels are upgraded, you're going to get a credit and a victory point. So 2 credits. I'm going to take this 5, turn in 3, and then 2 more points. Boom, boom. I am at 3, cooking right along. Now we go down here, and it says that your white cities, they don't produce anything, but your symbiotic cities produce 2 victory points. So bam, I'm at 5 because of my my 1 there. These guys don't produce anything as far as victory points are concerned. So now it's telling you to look at a few things. So I've done the production. Remember, this is my C factory here, produces a credit. And then sometimes there's little goodies on the board here. Like if I had 2 tunnels built here, I get 2 extra credits for having built on there, but I haven't. There's nothing. There's some other good stuff out here I just haven't reached yet. So that I've done with the production part. Now it's saying to unexhaust all your action cards. So I get to unexhaust these. Then you have to feed everybody. So for each city that's connected, you have to spend a kelp. Or if you don't have a kelp, you have to spend a biomatter. Don't want to do that. Or if you can't do that, then you lose 3 victory points each city you can't feed. Terrible stuff, but I can feed my city. All 3 of them, so there's 3 kelp. All the people are fed. Everybody's super happy. Now what we do is, this is round 1 cards. So we're going to get rid of these. And, oh my goodness, there we go. And normally you'd have your decks up here. There's a space here for, the first, second, or third rounds that you're in, and then discard stuff. You can see them under there, but it's easier for me to grab everything there. So I just stage my stuff up there. So I'll put these ones up there. We no longer need those because we are in the second era. Here's the second era cards. At the beginning of an era, you draw 3. And so now I've got first era cards here, as you can see, there's a little 1. And then I've got these era 2 cards. But now, at the beginning of the round, again, start of my turn. Here we go again, but I have to discard down to 3. So I'm going to do that now. And there you have it, down to 3. I saved a 1 era card and 2 of the 2 era cards. And as you can see here, that first era, there was 4 rounds. So I got 3, 6, 9, 12 turns. And now in the second era, you only get 3 rounds, so 9 turns. And again, for the third round, and then it's for the third era, and then you're done. So it starts moving a little quicker here. Time is a ticking. But until part 2, I appreciate you watching. I'm Board Game Rants, and I'm out.